The good, the bad, the ugly here. A good story today. A toddler in Georgia has been credited as a hero for finding a missing elderly woman while he was playing with bubbles in the yard. Bubbles is actual bubbles, not like a dog.
Oh, okay, like soap bubbles.
Yeah, like soap bubbles. Kid's name is Ethan. He's a year and a half, and they were off of Al Roberts Road outside of Atlanta, Georgia, and he kept pointing, and the mom said, "What do you see over there?" And here she is telling the story about what he saw.
And I went over there and I was like, "What do you see, buddy?" And he pointed and he said, "Feet." But if you get on his level and you can look through, you can see some of the broken sticks, and that's where she was laying.
She didn't see anything, but if you're down at where he was standing, the 1.5-year-old, he saw 82-year-old Nina Lipscomb, who had escaped her home and gotten lost, and there was a silver alert out for her.
Oh, my word.
She lives with her daughter. They were searching a 5 to 10 mile radius. She was about 2 miles from home. She had wandered from home and a few streets over, and the kid found her, reported to Mom. Mom called 911, and this is the daughter of the 82-year-old woman.
Her sister lived here in this house, but she passed away in March. But growing up, they lived right around the corner.
So she was saying she probably was looking for her sister who had passed away. Woman has dementia, you know. So they're now talking about putting her into a facility.
You have to.
You have to at this point, yeah. But the kid is being credited as being a
Well
hero.
done, young man.
Yeah, so he pointed out what
So
was
did the people move into Death House then? You think they
Yeah, the
knew?
people had moved into Death House. They had just moved in.
I picture that being said, and they're like, "What?
In this market,
Died
though.
in here?"
In this market, Biggie, you've got to strike.
You got to strike. This is a.
I
This
bet
is
they overpaid for it.
a
I'm
seller's,
sure
it's a
they
seller's
overpaid.
market, as you know, right now. So,
See, I always think I'd like to know if somebody died.
Death
before.
House, yeah. Oh, absolutely.
But don't you think if a house is of a certain age, we've talked about this before, someone has to have died.
Yeah.
If your house is over 50 years old.
Yeah, but I
Probably.
still want to know.
Well, in the house, would they die in the house? I mean, she might not have died in the house.
Yeah.
You know, she may have died in a hospital.
Well,
She
they don't have to tell you if somebody died in the house. They have to tell you if somebody was
murdered.
killed in the house.
Do they?
I don't even know if they have
I
to
don't
tell you
think
that.
that's true. I don't think that's true.
If
Maybe
you-
not.
I believe we've discussed this, and if you ask, they have to tell you. But
Correct.
they don't have to disclose ahead of time. It's
I
not.
think that's right.
It's not on the disclosure.
Anytime I see a listing that says new carpet, all new furnishings, all new everything, I'm like, somebody got murdered.
Blood.
The smell of bleach will be heavy in the air.
Yeah. Hope you enjoyed chemical smells. That's what you
All
get.
new appliances.
Stainless
Right.
steel.
Yeah.
Dog starts barking at one wall.
Yeah.
you know, something went on there. There's another 99-year-old woman in the news here. She has had her 100th great-grandchild. The woman's name is Peg Kohler, and she is the great-grandmother to now 100 kids, and the kid is the 100th great-grandchild, was given the name Kohler after her. Koller is the kid's name. And there was a race now between family members. She also now has a 101st great-grandchild born 2 years later.
Jeez.
Oh, excuse me, 2 days later.
How many kids did she have? to
Yeah,
make this
what are
happen?
the numbers?
She had 9 children.
There you go.
And then they all had a bunch of children.
Big families?
Big fam. And she says, we have, first of all, we have the mom of the new baby, and then you'll hear from the 99-year-old in this clip. And by the way, she looks and sounds fantastic for 99.
First thing out of the hospital, I mean, we went to grandmom's, introduced her to Kohler. She was absolutely ecstatic.
I wanted to have a big family. I think it's difficult being an only child.
She never misses a graduation, a baptism, a wedding, whatever it is, she's always there.
You hear her in the middle there? She's
I
90.
heard
That's
her.
99.
That's your goals, Kelly.
That's exactly what I want to be.
Although, more likely with your lifestyle, it seems like a toddler will find you in the woods.
Feet.
Spot your feet.
Yeah.
Feet.
Feet.
Feet! Mama, feet!
Big feet.
I used to live here.
You're right.
I'm sorry. That family acted way too calm. Oh, feet. Oh, it's a lost old lady. I would have run inside so fast.
And 30, some family would be living in your current home, and you'll be up the outside smacking a pickleball against the wall.
right.
I used to play here.
God, you're right. That's exactly That's what's going to wind up happening.
So with all these great-grandchildren, 100,
Yeah, 101 now, yeah.
she's got to have great-great-grandchildren by now, wouldn't she?
I bet she does. Don't you think if she's got 100?
I think she'd have at least 5 or 10, maybe.
She's 99 years old. It's a good question. How old is the
Well,
oldest
her oldest kid's probably got to be maybe 70.
70?
Maybe 80.
Easily.
Yeah, if she's 99.
Start having kids at 19 or 20?
Yeah.
Let's say, even for the benefit of the doubt, 75, right? Your oldest kid is 75.
And just step down by 20.
Right. That makes your grandchild 52, and then your great-grandchild 26. So very soon she should have a great-great-grandchild.
I bet she already does.
She probably does. That may be right. Here's the bad story here. An Ohio man in Columbus who chose to remain anonymous ordered a dinner from Chipotle through DoorDash. And when he opened the door and retrieved the food, he realized in the bottom of the food sack, after the driver had gone, there's marijuana in here. I got a bag of weed in the bottom of the food bag, and he said, I was thrown off immediately.
I was scared. Did this start with the driver, or did this start in the restaurant that I ordered it from? Which makes me question, it's like, where are these drugs coming from?
Why is there weed in my bag?
What is that line in The Hangover? Oh, such and such ain't gonna like that.
Right.
Remember when they mixed up?
Yeah,
the drug,
the drugs
from the bad drug dealer.
Oh, he ain't gonna like that at all. And Biggie's giving me a sign in there.
Square.
This gentleman's a square.
You can hear it in his voice.
I didn't know.
I didn't know what to do with the weed in my bag. I was real nervous.
I mean, was it the driver, the burrito roller?
Well,
I thought they taped those bags before they leave this restaurant.
Yeah, they do, don't they?
I think most of them
Chipotle,
tape,
especially, they seal it up.
They tape them up.
Well, the driver came back looking for, and he said, when he came back, he said, oh, there's medicine in that bag. I forgot there's medicine in the bag.
Dude.
So I think it was the driver whose fault it was.
He would give me my money back and refund me my order if I gave him my entire bag back, because he claimed that there was medicine in the bag for his friend that was to be used for medical reasons. I told him, no, sir, I can't give it back.
I'm going to be calling the police on this. Yeah.
You stay here, sir. I have your name.
How high was the driver already to put that in the bag
I know.
that the food was in?
Put it in the bag.
I don't know who I like less, the square guy or the worst liar ever. Oh, hello. Yes, I left my medicine in the bag.
Dumb and Dumber.
Burritos.
It's for a friend who needs it.
I will not be able to take it. I have to call
That
the
is not
police.
medicine. That is marijuana.
He's got glaucoma.
Do you think? Take me in the world of high crime. I don't know it. I think he was delivering marijuana and put it in the wrong bag and was delivering it to a friend or whatever, or a customer, and that's the way they
You
do
think he
it.
makes multiple stops along his route?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, and
Weed,
that's
burrito, burrito.
Well, if they delivered that, that'd be great.
well, that's my
They're
question.
literally paying him
Yeah,
to
that's
deliver
right,
his
yeah.
weed.
That's right.
That's my question. Was his order also in the bag with the weed,
Yeah,
or was it
Apparently
just-
so.
Okay.
Yeah, it was. He
Then
got
maybe he
got his
just put it
food.
in the wrong one.
I think he did. I think he put it in the wrong bag and then delivered it to the wrong house. Or got the wrong bags mixed up or whatever. I say,
But the DoorDash people, they just pick up a bag and go.
Right.
Third party
right,
deliverers.
right.
I'd question somebody at the restaurant too that they don't have like some
what I
type
say.
of.
But the driver went back. You think he had a deal going with the driver?
But
or did
somebody at the restaurant might know. Yeah, like
texted
they're all
him
in
and said,
together and say,
Yeah.
"Hey, when you take, so and so just order." Although I don't think you really get to pick and choose with those. I think they just tell you like, "Go here, get your Chipotle order."
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a mystery, really, isn't it? We're not sure who was at fault there. And Ohio is not a legalized marijuana state, and even if it was, you don't get it through delivery.
Do you have a push pin map at your house with the legal states?
I have a chart. I have a color coded. I have a chart.
Where's your next vacation going to be?
Someday.
Oregon, California, yay.
Listen, I think Kentucky may be legalized. How about Virginia? Medicinally?
I think they're
Maybe.
moving toward it in Virginia,
I
right?
think so, too. At the very least, medicinally. Mm-hmm. And that's what this guy was saying. It's
Yeah,
medicine.
it's for a friend who needs medicine.
But the other gentleman said, no, it's not. I don't buy that for 1 second. This is Ohio as well. Ugly story. A man and woman have been arrested at Cedar Point, which is a huge roller coaster park. Cedar Point. That's where Luke Bryan was,
Where he didn't break his finger?
where he
Yep.
didn't break his finger. That was
Even though his wife told the world that he broke
that he
his
had
finger.
broken his finger. Luke Bryan said, "Oh no, I did not break my finger," and he wanted to make that very, very clear. That was, and Cedar Point. My wife has been there. She says it's one of the best roller coaster parks she's ever been to. I mean, that was like a huge thing. This is Luke Bryan. If you missed this last week, he was on a roller coaster. His wife said, "Oh yeah, he broke his finger on the roller coaster," and he said, "No, I didn't."
I did not break my finger, and I did not break my finger at a roller coaster park. My finger's not broken. please stop reporting that it's broken.
Again, now his wife did report that the finger was broken.
Sounds like a weird game of Clue. Luke Bryan broke his finger on a roller coaster
at Cedar Point
in Ohio,
according to his wife, but did not happen. Now a couple has been arrested after 4 witnesses saw them engaged in sexual intercourse on the Ferris wheel at Cedar Point. Now that's happened in our own Myrtle Beach community.
Yeah, but you expect it there. Don't you?
Not at Cedar Point?
No. A little more family
Down
oriented.
the pavilion at Myrtle.
All bets are off.
Right. And that's a big, it's not like a traditional Ferris wheel. It's like an enclosed. At
Yeah,
least
what do they call it?
at
In
Myrtle.
London, they call it the Eye, but I don't know what they call it.
At Myrtle.
Vegas has a big one, too.
Sky wheel. That's the question. I don't know if this was an indoor, and I think it would have to be. Guy's name is Dave Davis, and his girlfriend Heather Johnson, 32, both of them, allegedly had sex on the Cedar Point attraction Giant Wheel, is what it's called. They were confronted by Cedar Point police sergeants before they left the park, and a group of witnesses, including juveniles, pointed at them as they got off the ride and said, "That's them."
There they go.
That's them right there.
The sexers.
Witnesses told police they felt the cart shaking and saw the man and woman both expose themselves on the ride. They denied it, but later police said, "Don't make us show you the video." And they said,
So there are videos, you think, in all these, like in the enclosed cars, are there cameras everywhere?
I think now you have to.
You have to assume you're on video somewhere.
What about a standard Ferris wheel? They're not. Are there cameras there? Where it's just like
Throughout the
two
park.
people side
Open?
by side?
Like the fair? Nah.
Like at a fair.
The police said, "Don't make us show you the video." I don't know if they really had it or not. And
Good
then
classic bluff.
as soon as they said that, they confessed, like, "All right, we were the
She
ones."
sat in my lap.
Yeah. That's so dangerous too, Dave.
Yeah, I know.
Can you imagine?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. But think about that.
Yeah.
If you're the woman and you're on top and you fall out of that Ferris wheel and then you're,
If it's open.
If it's an open
If it's
Open
an
air.
yeah, I don't know.
Most
but-
of these are pods now.
Yeah, the one in Vegas, the big one, is a pod, and I definitely ruined a couple's.
Oh, you think they were?
plans
You
to
think
have
they were
sex in
making
it.
love?
Oh, they
No,
definitely.
they were planning to, but
Yeah,
but you
somebody
but I
showed
showed
up.
up as a single
Oh,
rider.
there was 3 in a car?
Single rider.
Yeah. Well, because these pods hold, and
More
the one in
people.
Vegas
Big.
hold like 15 or 20 people.
Yeah.
Do you think they saw you get on their pod and they
Oh,
were,
I can tell. I mean, the dude, yeah. And it wasn't my fault, like, because you could tell. He even said something to the person loading the. He's like, "Oh, I thought we'd have this one alone." I'm like, "Well, they can have it alone. I'll take my own as well." And they're like, "No, we don't want to waste, a pod."
Can't waste a pod.
It was like towards the. It was closing because I wanted to see
It's
the
still
lights
going
at
around.
night.
Yeah, it's still going.
You're not wasting
No, you're wasting.
pods.
They wasted a
I
pod.
don't have time for this conversation.
and
They
they're
don't
like-
stop.
Yeah.
Maybe they knew. Maybe they knew that.
Oh,
those
and then
two.
it's like I'm taking pictures, and they're literally just sitting there, like, what a waste.
Yep, we're gonna have. We
You
got
should have
to.
told them if you knew. You should have said, "You guys go ahead."
Go
I would
ahead.
have said, I'll hold the camera.
Yeah.
Look, I'll just crank it over here if you guys
Yeah, I'll watch.
want to go at it.
Well, remember now, after that happened in Myrtle Beach, we got a classic call from a P1 listener who did just that on an open-air Ferris wheel.
I was in downtown Miami at Bicentennial Park at a global gathering, a big old music festival.
Mhm.
And the female I was with at the time gave me oral on the Ferris wheel.
Was it an open Ferris wheel or was it enclosed, like, you're in it was open?
State Fair, open Ferris wheel.
And did anybody else see you? Were there other people on the ride?
The couple in the basket with us, the man looked at me, then turned around, and they never looked.
with you?
Hold it.
Damn, son.
There was a couple in the basket with you, and he turned around.
sir.
He turned around and saw what was going on. And what did he say?
Never turned back around, never looked again. They never said anything. He just gave me a smile and turned around. They never looked again.
Was that the best you've ever had?
It's pretty close.
I gotta say, that would be if I could guarantee getting that while I was on a Ferris wheel. God,
Well, the line would be there around the block now. The sun hasn't even risen.
you're right.
I guarantee that.
This would be if my wife would do that. Oh my God.
Maybe they have it in Amsterdam. Isn't that where prostitution's legal?
Let me ask you this, Craig. When you were like at the top, is that when did you climax? Right at the top?
Actually, I didn't because it was a short ride, and I don't go short time, so it just didn't happen at that time.
Johnny, a long time.
I finished later on after that in the hotel room, but
yeah,
He had to blue balls it out of the park.
Jeez.
Using the Rastafarian banana to cover you. Thank God we won this.
I hope you married that girl, Craig. I just hope you married her. That's all I can say. You two aren't still together.
No, sir.
Man.
Have you been on another Ferris wheel?
Oh, many times.
Yeah.
Alone?
Yeah. They can't.
Many times.
Yeah. Can't. What's her name?